Okay, I am reading the English. The English know that God is an Englishman. People all over the world believe that their country is the best in the world. The English pity these people because they live in an illusion. The English know that England is the best country in the world. In fact, the English know that God is an Englishman who speaks English with an Oxbridge accent. So English is the language of Shakespeare and God. That makes it the best language in the world. It is clearly the best language in the world because people all over the world are trying to learn it. Every Englishman wakes up each morning feeling blessed for speaking English. This explains why the English never bother to learn foreign languages. It would be like exchanging riches for poverty. The Oxford English Dictionary lists 500,000 words. German has much less than half that amount of vocabulary, while the poor French exist on less than 100,000 words. Never mind that the average Englishman knows and uses only 8,000 words. The other 492,000 are there if he needs them. The Englishman knows that he is superior to the citizens of any other country. However, he is too nice to tell this to anyone. That would be rude. The English have a horror of offending anyone, especially inferior people. That would not be nice. And being nice means hiding your superiority from others. What does superior mean? It means better in every way. Take English cooking. Foreigners consider it to be the worst in the world. The French think hell is a place where the cooks are all English. However, this is because nobody but the English understands English food. No fresh ingredients or spices are used. Anything that cannot be roasted is boiled for 20 minutes. Never more, never less. Anything that can be roasted is roasted so long that it no longer resembles food. Roasted meat that is still pinkish on the inside is considered to be still alive and should not be eaten. Only a foreigner would eat meat that is not well done. The English know that this is the finest cuisine in the world. It may not taste the best. It may not look the best. It may not be the healthiest. But it is plain, honest English food. The English appreciate honest food. Why complicate food with spices or sauces? Why confuse eaters with 4 different ways of cooking meat? Rare, medium, well done. One way is enough. The simplicity and honesty of English food comes from the genius of the English people. Who else could have invented the French fry sandwich with butter chip cookies? With butter, chip butties? Who else could create a meal of baked beans on toast? Who else enjoy their beer warm and their toast cold? The answer to all these questions is, of course, no one but the English. Next comes modesty. The English are superior in modesty, or as an Englishman once put it, we're tops in humility. An Englishman would never acknowledge working hard to achieve a goal. He would pretend to have achieved success without doing anything. A foreigner, especially an American, would say, I worked day and night for 40 years in order to do that. That is considered bad form because it is not modest. An Englishman would say, I suppose I was, well, lucky. Bad form also applies to showing emotions. The English consider foreigners inferior because they show emotion in conversation. Mediterranean people in particular become very emotional in conversation and use their hands to make points. It is said that if you want to torture a Greek, make him sit on his hands while he talks. The opposite is true for the English. Force an Englishman to make even simple gestures when he speaks, and he will look as if he is in pain. He is most comfortable standing and talking with his hands behind his back. The highest level of hiding emotions is called the stiff upper lip. This means you are in such complete control of your emotions that not even your upper lip quivers. You should appear cheerful no matter what terrible situation arises. There is a story about an English soldier that shows the stiff upper lip ideal. During battle, the soldier was shot 16 times in 16 different places. He is lying on the ground, covered in blood. A general sees him there and approaches. The soldier gives the general a cheerful smile. "Good God, man," says the general. "Aren't you in terrible pain?" "Only when I laugh, sir," the soldier replies. Naturally, an Englishman would never appear romantic or passionate. That would be a shocking display of emotion. His heart might be full of love, but he will only say, "You know, you're rather nice." A foreigner would propose marriage to a woman as follows. "My darling, I can't live without you. I love you. Will you marry me?" An Englishman would never say this. His proposal would be, "Well, do you think you could spend your life with a face like mine?" The implication that he is unworthy and ugly is the essence of English modesty. There is only one time when an Englishman is free to express himself, to show the full range of his emotions. That is when he talks about animals, especially his pets. A human being can spend 15 years in England without having a kind word said to him, but the meanest, ugliest dog on earth will be loved and treated like a prince. In other countries, animals are kept for practical reasons, such as security, research, food, or because they are cute. The English keep animals for company because they cannot make friends with other English. Parents might never kiss their children, but they will kiss the family dog 10 times a day. They might forget to bring Granny her tea at 4 o'clock, but their cats will be given the finest food 3 or 4 times a day. Americans keep photos of their family in their wallets. The English keep photos of their pets. The English believe that though human beings may lie and cheat, animals never will. The classic English attitude towards pets can be seen on the tombstone of a family dog in the Pet Cemetery in Hyde Park, London. The inscription reads, "In memory of King, more faithful than my 4 husbands." It is no surprise that the English spend twice as much on pet food as they do on tea and coffee. Pets are more important than guests. So there you have it. The English believe themselves superior to all people, all other peoples and cultures. Whether it's their modesty, their food, their humor, their language, or their love of animals, they are sure they are number one. And finally, despite the fact that most of the year their country is wet and cold, and is even famous for its relentless fog and rain, the English know that their climate is the best in the world. English rain and fog are superior to the rain and fog of any other country. Even the English weather is number one, but no one would ever say so. The end.